forecast.
And here's the view from the Charlottesville Albemarle Airport. You can see some breaks in the clouds that are developing, and we are quieting down here. We will be for several hours. We will watch the potential for some more storminess that may roll in very late tonight and pre-dawn hours of Saturday. But things are drying out across the region, and of course made it up to a high of 83 today there at the airport. Let's first of all take a look at the current watches, which are being scaled back. Now, the reason these watches were put up is because we did have a cluster of showers and storms rolling in from the west. We had a lot of high overcast across the immediate area, and that may have limited some of the severity with the storms. Areas farther to our south and farther to our north that saw more sun, well, those are areas that were hit with more in the way of some severe thunderstorm warnings. We did have a warning for southern Buckingham during the 4 o'clock hour. But going forward, if we see these clusters that may materialize and are starting to farther to our west of the Ohio Valley late tonight, early tomorrow morning, the risk for damaging wind gusts, that's the main concern. Some spotty hail, and while not zero, but very low, an isolated tornado. Now, again, here we are over the last few hours watching that back edge of rain leave the region. There's still severe weather up across portions of northeast Maryland, including the Baltimore area, which was under a tornado warning recently. And you can see those line of storms from Annapolis up toward Baltimore, crossing the Chesapeake. And then things quiet down back behind it, even some clearing that's taking place. So we'll watch what happens farther to our west, and I'll show you that in a moment. Temperatures right now are pretty much in the 70s, made it up into the low and mid 80s this afternoon. Of course, it remains quite humid, and temperatures tonight will settle back in the 60s. But that severe risk is still there, pending storms that may materialize farther to our west and impact the region. Much of Saturday will show improving conditions. The front will come through during the morning hours, so clouds will give way to gradual clearing. Highs will top out in the 80s. It'll be breezy. We'll have some winds gusting over 20 miles an hour, so it really looks good for commencement, graduation this weekend. Temperature Saturday, mid to upper 80s. Sunday, pleasant, upper 70s and low 80s. We just have to get through the rest of tonight and very early tomorrow morning. So all these watch boxes were put up because of that first cluster of storms, which is still working toward the coast. Then there's the gap in the action, a break, and then these storms. And St. Louis, the metro area, hit with tornado damage this afternoon. They're assessing that damage right now. So we'll see if this cluster or more that develop out ahead of it, ahead of the cold front, can make it in our direction early tomorrow morning or very late tonight, early tomorrow morning. And that's what we'll be monitoring, and that's why that severe risk is here. So the modeling is still showing a cluster working in after midnight that could still produce some damaging wind gust potential. That's the main threat. And then it kind of weakens out as we start tomorrow morning. Some low clouds, fog, and some leftover showers give way to gradually clearing skies. It turns breezy. It's warm. Temperatures are in the 80s, but the humidity will be lowering during the day. Then we'll start Sunday in the upper 50s and lower 60s. Sunday afternoon, pleasant, upper 70s and lower 80s. So hang in there. Some drier days are ahead. So again tonight, this is all contingent on if that cluster makes it in our direction late tonight. Temperatures will settle into the 60s. That's why we hold on to that severe weather risk. There's a look at the Michael and Son 7-day forecast. Some improving and drier conditions to enjoy this weekend and into the start of next week. Looks like we will have some more shower and thunderstorm chances as we get into Tuesday and Wednesday. And temperatures do trend cooler next week. I know we're a weekend away, a full weekend away from the Memorial Day weekend. We'll keep an eye on that. But right now, maybe the best chance of rain by the Wednesday of next week.
All right, Eric, thank you.
And a check of your forecast.